But what every Malaysian must bear in mind is this, that you have a right. You have a right to assemble as the people in this country assembled in Kelanajaya. After that, in Batu Kawan, Kuantan, Johor Bahru, Seremban, and here we are today. We must commend you for being courageous enough to come here, despite threats from the police that this would be an illegal assembly. Now let me warn the police that this is not an illegal assembly. It's an assembly of concerned citizens. Concerned citizens who want to express their dissatisfaction over the results in the recent general election. They have every right to do so. They are here. Today, hari ini kawan-kawan barangkali ada 50 sehingga 60 ribu orang di Padang Kota. Dan ini adalah tanda yang baik untuk demokrasi dalam negara ini. Adalah keperluan besar. There is a dire need in this country for the people to be vigilant of their rights and stand up to their rights. We cannot have, and we will not tolerate. The example set, for example, a former Court of Appeal judge, Nur Muhammad Abdullah. This man was a judge here in Penang. This is the man who convicted Yang Amat Berhormat Ketua Menteri Pulau Pinang, Saudara Lim Guan Eng, in Malacca. He convicted him. Although there was no or sufficient evidence for that conviction. Now put that aside. What he has said is seditious. I have lodged a police report in Kuala Lumpur at the Tun H.S. Lee police station 3 days ago. I have asked that this judge be arrested. What he was doing was trying to pit the Malays against the Chinese, which I think, coming from a former judge, apart from being completely unexpected, is seditious. I call upon the Attorney General to forthwith make sure there's an in-depth investigation. Arrest this judge and charge him for sedition. No one is above the law. In 1993, the federal constitution was amended to bring in a special court to try even the rulers. At one time, the rulers were absolved of criminal liability. The Sultan of Johor, for example, the late Sultan of Johor, killed a caddy but got away with it because at that time he could not be prosecuted. In 1993, the DAP gave the government full support for the amendments so that the rulers can be brought to book if they commit a crime. In other words, in this country now, even the king can be charged and sentenced to death if he commits murder. That is what it is. A fine system But do we ever find government? The government of Najib Tun Razak. The latest constitution of the cabinet. 3 senior posts are given to people who are not elected by the riot. They come through the back door in the Senate. 3 deputy ministers also not elected by the riot, but being brought into the cabinet by way of the back door of the Senate. I have made a statement today that the Senate in this country be abolished by way of an amendment to the federal constitution. We want ministers who have been elected by the people and not people who have been appointed by the ruling party. Of course, the question is, are we in a position to do so? We would have been if everything else had been equal. Every speaker here has emphasized that in essence, Pakatan Rakyat won the general election on the 5th of May. No doubt about it. Barisan Nasional lost. We accept that when it comes to delineation of constituencies, there has to be some disparity because of the nature of the constituencies. In the towns, the constituencies are compact. In, for example, Sabah and Sarawak, the voters are spread over a very large area. And therefore that is taken into account for the purpose of adding the weightage. But the disparity between a seat in the urban areas and in the rural areas must not be